right, everybody. Sorry about yesterday. I was at NYU Hospital. My son had hernia surgery, and I had to go back for his checkup. And once I got around the hospital, I had to walk him into the hospital, got cut off from the phone. By the time I got back to my car, it was 12:19. I couldn't call in, and I'm not allowed to post on Twitter during the day, so I kind of got blackballed out of it, and I couldn't do anything about it. Nothing I could do, and I apologize, and there's nothing I could say about that. All right, but I'm here today. Listen, people, I do not quit. I'm doing this 26 years. I was wiped out in 2000, and I'm still here fighting. All right, so again, this is a total scumbag, SEC, FINRA, NASDAQ, market makers, brokerage firms. They robbed everyone. Look at all these companies that had to do reverses. Now, I'm working closely with people in South Korea, and companies that have been reversed, like Root, R-O-O-T. These are real companies. They got destroyed already, reversed. They murder everyone for raising money, doing whatever it takes. No one stops them. And I can't, in any shape, tell you with confidence that this market is real. It's all fraud. The companies that make it are the big ones. They attack them every once in a while, but they always survive. The small ones just get attacked until they get reversed and diluted, and that's what they do. We all see what's going on here. And I had a call with a gentleman out of South Carolina or North Carolina, I forget where he is. We talked about GDC. Now, I see fraud all day long, but the fraud in GDC takes the cake. There's nothing else. I can't even say anything more. We watched the stock file in September last year that they bought Bitcoin, a massive Bitcoin deal, big transaction, filed with the SEC. Months later, they filed and said that they were going to sell Bitcoin and buy back the stock. After that, the company gets a 1075 bid. As time passed by, months, time passes by, they have a 1075 bid by some part of their internal group that wants to buy it because the value of Bitcoin was going to be worth more than the price of the stock. At that point, the stock was going up to 850, and all of a sudden it made a U-turn. It went from 8 something to 10 cents in 2 days. Everyone's yelling that Univest, the broker, or the one that filed the ATM, is somehow involved in this. Well, I put up a stock today that Univest was involved in. Give me the. Let me just get the symbol again because someone told me about it. I don't know the symbol. C. Charlie Peter Oscar Peter. Now, if you want to whistleblow and maybe get paid, call the SEC up. I put the whistleblower number on. Univest was involved in CPOP. The stock was over 2, trading millions and millions of shares. And the next day they do an offering at 15 or 20 cents. I'm not even sure what the price was. And the stock is now 20 cents. So I don't have any knowledge of what's going on. But it seems to me that Univest seems to be tied to these deals. And it looks to me that someone in Univest probably naked shorted the whole thing and then covered it at 15 cents and made themselves a quick $50 million. Whether they use an algorithm to drive it up, whatever it is. It seems that there seems to be a lot of these wild money raises down 200%, whatever it may be. And I can't believe that the SEC is allowing this to continue. Okay? Now, we have no idea to know how much is fake volume, real volume, whatever. But these secondaries that they're putting up at the lowest possible range only tells me that people in the group are naked shorting and then covering at the bottom. And that leads me back to GDC. Again, same parties involved, Univest is the agent that filed the ATM here. Now, Univest, to be fair to them, they slaughtered that company in 1 day, 2 days, that CPOP, 2 days. The news is on the tape, they raised the money, blah, 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 blah. It's all out there already. In GDC, we're at day 21 at trading 10 cents every day. Now, I don't know who or what's going on, but it's impossible for all the buyers and all the sellers all to buy and sell at the same price for 21 days. The selling matches the buying, and it's just amazing that it continues. I don't know anybody that's buying, and if they are buying, they're buying 10% of your daily volume, or maybe less than that. If the volume's 100 million, I wouldn't even bet that there was 5 million shares that was traded at investors bought. I think it's less than that. So 99% of this volume is just fake trading back and forth, and they maintain it every day. If the SEC or DOJ wants to start the investigation, I think they start with Univest and go see what their part of this, of these money raises, or what's going on here. GDC, investors want answers. We have no idea what management's saying. We have no idea what the SEC saying, FINRA, nobody says anything. And it's 21 days of a stock trading at 10 cents. I don't know about you, but I've seen stocks that failed with their FDA drugs go from $20 to $2 in a day, but bounce back at least to $4 or $5. That's with a failed FDA drug. This company has $500, $600 million in Bitcoin. The whole company is not worth anything right now. And there has been no bounce. Nobody has said anything. We have a special committee that's reviewing the 1075 bid. I don't know who that special committee is, but they have to be 3 brain-dead individuals, because obviously 1075 would be a world beater. We would all sign up for that. All of us would sign up for a $5 deal. Why hasn't that guy lowered his bid? Is the guy making the bid part of the crime here? I don't even see the volume at the top. They were doing all the volume at the bottom. And you said, well, what's that pattern? Have you seen that pattern before where they do all the volume and the money raised at the bottom? I just gave you a stock that Univest was in. Someone is quarterbacking these things, and it's always the same pattern. And how the SEC allows this stuff to go on is just amazing. They should be shut down immediately and follow the money trail. I'm not here for management. I'm not here for the shorts. I'm here for the investors. And we're tired of watching the fraud that is just going on. The SEC said they wanted to go after Chinese names for the fraud. Well, I don't know where they are. We're whistleblowing on it. I posted it. We never get paid for any of this thing. We're reporting it. The only time a stock that gets traded and gets halted is when the stock screams and the short sellers are caught dead. And I forgot the symbol on the other one the other day. They got stopped trading at $39 after going up from $2 or $1. It went to 50. The shorts were dead. And FINRA comes out the next day. Hey, we got to halt this one. We got to see what's going on. GDC went from 8 to 10 cents. FINRA never said anything. We've contacted everybody. Never said boo. Zero. Nothing. 8 to 10 cents. Never said a word. The other stock was going up. They stopped the trading because the shorts were dead. They call up FINRA. Hey, stop this thing. We're getting killed here. How fast they can stop it. On the downside, they're winning. No one says a word. Kill us. No one says a word. It couldn't care less. I don't know what to tell you, but the game is 1,000% rigged. Just based on what we're seeing in GDC and whatever that symbol, CPOP or whatever all these names are. They should not be allowed to be trading. Shut them down. End of it already. And just go back. Whoever's doing the ATM, they have knowledge what's going on. Does Univest know what's going on? Well, they're the ATM. They're the ones that did it. If they're going to be the ones that execute it. 21 days of going sideways, and someone is pinning the stock at 10 cents. It's impossible to do. Impossible. So again, just think of the fight we have here. And the GDC fight is just a pimple on the ass, but it's so outrageous. Anybody can see this crime. It's impossible for a stock, for every buyer and every seller. And I believe there's only 17 million shares in the float. And it trades that every day like it's no big deal at the same spot. Every day I wake up and we sell it and I buy it back at the same price every day. No one's doing that. Again, this is the SEC with a blind eye to security fraud. Couldn't care less. And I'm not here to pick on Chinese companies, but they do it everywhere. It's just that this one is so obvious and so blatant. How they haven't stopped trading it yet. And to lock up, whether it's management, their lawyers, their accountants, their banker, the guys who put the Bitcoin in here, or the SEC for allowing the filings if they don't have Bitcoin or whatever may be going on here. Someone needs to say something. Shut it down. Let's see who the criminals are. Lock them up. Instead, we all have to sit here and watch it every day. We're all stuck. We all got it. Okay, my first purchase is at $4.50. I'm still here. We had to buy more at 12 cents. You think it would go back up to $1? At least some of us can get out. And like I told you, they flood these shares, these stocks with these shares because they turn it into a shit show like Beyond Meat. Beyond Meat trades 50 million shares a day. I remember the most it ever traded was 3 million shares. GDC was trading less than 50,000 shares a day. The average day now, the last 90-day average is 20,500,000. From less than 50,000 shares. Now it's 20,500,000. That tells you how much security fraud is here. Because where's all that volume coming from? The volume distorts everything. All the information we see is all wrong. It's completely criminal. All right, so we talked about GDC. I'm trying to highlight that just so that someone who says something and do something. I don't want to see anybody put another penny in unless we know what the hell's going on. I can't stop it. I don't know what's going on. I can only report it. I talked about NRGV. NRGV, I can tell you point blank, buy the fucking dip. This is a real company doing real business in a hot sector under complete attack. I spoke for an hour yesterday, driving around in Manhattan and Soho, to two money managers that own collectively 10 million shares of stock. Their knowledge of naked short selling is like a head of a nail, very little. They have very little knowledge of it. Running big money. Can't believe it that this is going on. When I told them it was 800 million shares, they couldn't believe it. Our prime broker, JP Morgan, would never allow us to do that. That's all I got back. Well, after speaking for that much time and the examples and the rapid fire of the questions, I answered every one without even thinking or looking or Googling or doing anything. I never said the words, I'll get back to you on that. I answered every question. After an hour and a half, over an hour, they couldn't believe the information that I had. Going back to the Economist story about the fails to deliver in June 2011, the cover of Forbes, the chairman of the SEC in 2008, Cox telling everybody. They couldn't believe I could just pinpoint them. How could a company have too many shares? I brought up Whole Foods. You name it. I brought up Pat Byrne with the special dividend. I talked about all the craziest things you have to do. And I set their world on fire. They are buyers. They're telling their friends to accumulate more. And they believe, like I do, that this is going to be a monster. And by the way, these guys actually owned, I spoke with them, in their portfolio, they actually owned Wolf. And I described how we got into Wolf around 80 cents. They got into it around 6. We were in at 80 cents. And they're still long. And I told them, NRGV goes, it'll be Wolf times 3. Then I told them about the story they heard from about Morgan Stanley, what they're telling people. And they agree there's massive deals. They don't know what they are, but they know there's big deals coming. So again, this is the company that was, and one question they did ask me, how do you know the shorts aren't covering? 800 million shares is a lot of stock. Well, I described it to them. If the longs are buying it, which I know people that I know that bought it collectively about 6 million shares up to 660. Okay. I says, I know people buying it. You're buying it. No one's selling it. How'd it go down? Naked Shorts drove it down. Remember, they were getting a margin call. At 665, they were getting carried out. So what do? They attack it down. I said the same thing like I say to you. Who wants less all the time? Only a short seller with a margin problem. I worked for big short sellers. We always wanted the stocks higher. I got paid 6 cents a share when I executed. So if they think about that, 100,000 shares at 6 cents, I made nice paydays. But when I sold short and the stocks, and I got them higher prices, instead of selling it at $60 average, I got them at $62.50 average, $2 higher, and I sold it as it went higher. I would get 10 cents a share, 12 cents a share commission as a good job. Okay? That's a lot of money. And when I did a shitty job and I pushed the stock down and I got less money, I got less commission. So real shorts want the stock higher. Naked shorts need it down fast. They cannot have the stock turn up. That leads me to finger motion. It's been under attack every day for months. We can't stop it. I can't stop it. I'm not a police officer. I call out the feds all the time. And people, you say, some guys that call me up, I'm getting yelled at for talking about this stock and blah, 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 blah. We all know what's going on here. We can see the data. We see the numbers. I cannot stop the slide. Someone just put up that they sold 50 shares at 11.26, like a machine gun of 50 shares. Not 50 shares one time, a machine gun of 50 shares. I can manipulate any stock doing that anytime. There's no selling in finger motion. These are manipulators doing this. Now, the company has to do what they have to do. I'm not the company. If they need money, they get money. That's how it's done. SpaceX wanted to go public, needed money, they got money. That's how it's done. Big companies get rewarded, small companies get manipulated. If this stock were to go higher, which it should have done many times, it did, 20 million shares of buying, they sold into it and pushed it lower. Who in their right mind was selling 20 million shares lower? Only the naked shorts. Right in front of us, we can all see it. I put the truck out there again, and they continue to manipulate as though we're dealing with the President of the United States as the short seller. I don't know who's allowing it. The guy Pulte knows about it. Devin Nunes knows about it. Trump, everyone knows about it. No one stops it. The SEC looks the other way. FINRA, everyone. MMTO people are sitting here, passing away. Their money's been robbed, and they still can't get justice with all the proof. It's just remarkable. Northwest Bio killed that company, anything. And I know everybody's pissed because I hear it all the time, and I'm pissed myself. But what can I possibly do? I can't stop it. I think we've thrown enough haymakers here for somebody to do something, but no one does anything. Zero. We can't even get a soundbite from Senator Elizabeth Warren or anybody. I called everybody out. That guy Tim Burchett from Tennessee, the other lady from Tennessee, they just go on yapping about whatever the fuck they want to talk about. They don't even care. None of them do. Zero. I'm just telling you that I'm not quitting, but the fight has always been a big fight. And I told Ann Vandersteer to give up. She came, she went for MMTOP, she gave it a great fight, she had a press conference, she put her best foot forward, but I told her, unless you're willing to go 24/7, 7 days a week, for years, you're in the wrong fight, because these people are animals. And I told her, get me to Mar-a-Lago, and she never did, unfortunately. But again, this is a massive fight. A lot of people say they can help, and they can't. It's not easy to do. Devin Nunes, busy brands with Devin Nunes. How do you not get an answer from him? What's going on? The other girl was giving that guy Massey hand jobs. She was with MMTOP, and now she's just some fucking stupid girl that gave out a hand job. She had Trump, everyone exposed, and she went on crying and Laura Loomer about giving a hand job. How stupid can you be? How stupid can you be? We've been dying to know where's Trump and all this stuff. She had the perfect opportunity to say nothing about whatever she wanted to do sexually with this guy. It's about stock settlement and counterfeit shares. That's why I was with this guy. That's why I was giving him a hand job, because we were talking about naked short selling. That's all she had to say. I don't get that opportunity, but if I ever did, I would say that too. I'll jerk off anybody for stock settlement. I don't really care. This is a disgrace. I wasted my adult life chasing these guys. And people like Lynn Partners, Hudson Bay, they're all scumbags. All they do, all these guys do is exploit the system. That's all they do. No one stops them. They're all fucking scumbag losers. They're just fucking thieves, making believe they're more than what they are. And I can't stop them. The FBI, Secret Service, DOJ, Homeland Security. I called everybody. We put the truck in front of the SEC. It's in the fucking lobby. And they don't care. I have to go out there and raise $2,000 each time I put the truck out there. 25 times, $50,000 I had to waste. Wasting time, run into D.C. to film this stupid truck, standing in front of the SEC like a fucking billboard, and they don't say a word. Nothing. Just look at MMTOP years, what's going on here. 3 years now, whatever it is now. All fraud, complete fraud by Wall Street and the brokers. And yet all the investors have to suffer, all 65,000 of them. All I can tell you, people, listen, I'm not going away. The fight is here. We're not stopping. I'll get the truck out there again. I'll have to piss on everybody again. But again, we're not stopping. Finger motion, I met the people. They're good people. They're being abused. It's hard to fight when you don't know how to fight. I don't know what to tell them. I tell them to shut down their fucking business and do nothing. They believe they have the keys to the kingdom on whatever they're working on. I don't know. I don't understand their business. I don't understand AI. It's not my thing. All right, but what I believe in them, and I stay with them. This is criminal operation. Criminal. The more they push the stock down, these guys try to get more shares. They're converted at lower levels. Again, the only thing they're doing is exploiting the stock settlement system. You can't carry shorts. There's no registered shares. They can't do anything. Hudson Bay has options at $1.50, went to $5, they never sold it. I didn't know, but Anson Fund has the same thing. They came through Roth Capital. I'm told that the company, and from big shareholders, that the company was speaking to these characters, trying to get them to convert to get rid of them. I don't know. Someone just said stop. What was that? SpaceX or SPCX? I don't know what it is. It's up $31. I have no idea. I'm not really watching it. I don't care about Elon Musk. It's great. He's a great man. You know, They tried to kill him in 2013. He survived by accident. He survived, right? Remember, they were writing fake stories about him back then. You know, so again, he had to survive those attacks. Everyone gets the attacks. All right, this is how it goes. This is the U.S. equity markets. Unless you give money to Morgan Stanley in a managed account, you have to sit here and suffer like the rest of us. That's what goes on. I can't stop it. We try to fight back, and this is what it is. All right, again, small caps, $5 stocks become penny stocks in hours around here. They just keep stealing, and it basically what it tells me, my gut feeling is that it's so obvious what's going on that someone has to shut it down soon. It's so blatant, like the attacks are so obvious. The GDC or that PCPOP or finger motion or NRGV from 665 to 4.25 within minutes. Something is going on. These guys are trying to get out of these positions. They just can't. They're so massive they can't. The fund managers I spoke to have no idea. Why aren't they fixing it? I said, because the upside is infinite and it's thousands of companies. Prime brokers, they'll be wiped out. And they can't believe this is going on, but I'm saying that somebody has to slow it down. It's just ridiculous. I wish I was a naked short seller. I would wipe out companies every day. It's so easy to do. It's like a smash and grab. It's like the thugs breaking into stores just doing a smash and grab. It's the same goddamn thing. Hey, we need $1 million today. Throw a dart, kill whatever stock you want. What's the big deal? No one says anything. Any stock, anytime. Stocks trade no volume. The next trade, they're trading 50 million shares and they're down to pennies. I don't know how to address it anymore. But I'm not going away. I vowed to my family and friends that I'm staying to the end till they put me in the fucking ground. I'm not going to stop. I'll put the truck back out there again. That's all I can do. And then we'll come up with some crazy, embarrassing slogan for the SEC again. But they don't seem to care. The truck is in the lobby of the SEC. I don't think it's any more obvious than we're doing. They don't even care. I wish we could sue them if they weren't government officials. They should be sued and thrown in jail for looking the other way. They're like a crooked cop. Just a bad cop on the beat, looking the other way, letting people get robbed, stealing, doing whatever they want, and looking the other way. That's what we have here. And unfortunately, I don't wear a uniform. I wish I did, but these guys are just brutal. I've tried everything to report them, and no one seems to care. Anyway, listen, everyone, I got shit to do today. Tuesday, my son's having a minor procedure at NYU again, and so I'll be out on Tuesday. But I'll try to get the truck out there as fast as I can. All right, everybody, hang in there. I'll speak to you soon.